In this video, I'm going to show you how you can add ChineCollier elements to your linoleum print. ChineCollier really just means to stick down onto your paper. By that, I mean we're going to be collaging this paper, just a pink handmade paper, to my print paper, what I'm going to be printing on, before we actually print the block. It allows you to color certain areas or decorate it if you have a decorative paper that has a pattern on it. It allows you to put it in specific parts of your print. There are a couple things I have here. I have my print block. I have a pair of scissors, my paper that I'm going to add to the print paper before I actually print the block. I have a glue stick, a piece of graphite, a ruler. Here is a piece of acetate. It's really just a piece of plastic that I can see through, and my print paper. I also have a bench hook, a brayer, and some ink for when I print the block later. So at this point, I'm going to just prepare my acetate. It's important to prepare it this way so that you can line up your print plate the same way every time when you go to print your block onto your collaged paper. So the first thing I need to do is use a system to get my paper to line up. And we're going to be using a system where we make a T in the middle of the top part of my paper. And we're also going to be making a T on the acetate. So I'm just going to prepare my paper first, get it out of the way. This paper is a 10 by 9 sheet of paper. And so right now I'm on the halfway point, which is 5 inches. So I've just made my mark, my T, and my bar at 5 inches. I'm going to put the paper aside for a moment. Now I need to prepare my acetate. Since I know that my paper is 10 by 9, and this acetate is 12 inches wide, I'm going to make a mark 1 inch in on each side, 10 inches apart. I'm going to do that again down farther along the acetate. And I'm going to make lines there into which I can fit my paper. Then I'm going to measure 1 inch down from the top. Just to have a place where the top of my paper is going to rest. Then 9 inches from the line I just made, I'm going to make a mark. On each side. Make a line that goes across. So now I have a box into which my paper can fit. Just like that. Now, I need to make a T and a bar that match up with this paper. So I'm going to use my ruler and measure 5 inches across on the top and make a T that's upside down that will match up with my paper. See, they match. And now I'm going to do the same on the bottom at 5 inches to make that bar. So now I know that my paper is going to fit in here really nicely, and I can tape it down when I'm ready to print, and it will line up. So I'm going to put that paper aside again. So now I'm going to prepare my acetate with my print. First I'm going to start by tracing my print plate just to get the general shape. If you really want to be exact about it, you can measure exactly how far it is. I'm just going to eyeball it. It's up to you how exact you want to be. So now I have a space where I have my print block, and I have a cat who's coming into the picture. All right, so now I want to put my print block underneath, just like that. Make sure it doesn't shift. And I'm going to trace all the major shapes that I see here. I'm doing this because it'll allow me to fit my ChineCollierPart paper into this tracing so that I know where it's going to be sticking. You can be pretty detailed if you want to. It depends on what and where you want to place your ChineCollierPart. I'm just doing the major shapes because I am going to put the pink paper into the area of the sky. So I don't need all the details inside the trees and the ground, etc. But later I might want to add another ChineCollierPart element. If I did, then I'd be sure to make my draw in the details wherever I was going to stick the ChineCollierPart. Every once in a while you should check and make sure that nothing's shifted. Okay, so now it's traced pretty well, and I have an idea about where I need to place my ChineCollierPart. So I'm going to put the acetate aside for a moment, just get it out of the way, and now here comes